Everybody wants to improve their social skills. If you're watching this video, you 100% do because you clicked it. I want to, and I already have great social skills, and I still want to improve mine. I remember whenever mine were terrible, pretty much all of my life mine were terrible. In the past year, they picked up a shit ton. Like, I've improved my social skills so much in the last year. And I'm gonna give you some quick tips of how you can immediately do it. And they work so well. They're so effective. If you actually consciously think about these in your social interactions and you make them part of your personality and you actually try to do them, I promise people are gonna love you. You're gonna be like a magnet. People are gonna be so attracted to you. They're gonna want to talk to you, and it's gonna make all of your social interactions improve. Work, business, friendships, relationships, romantically, whatever the case is. If you do these, it's gonna help you so much. But first of all, this is so important for the magnetic part that I mentioned. If you're doing this, people are gonna like you so much more. But that is to simply just smile. Smile a lot. Whenever you're meeting somebody, smile. Whenever you're talking to somebody, smile a lot, laugh a lot. Whenever you're smiling and you do it often, that's going to be people's image of you whenever you're not near them. Whenever they think about you, they're going to see your smile and they're going to be like, oh yeah, he's a happy guy. He makes me feel good about myself. Whenever I'm around him, I feel positive. That's what a smile can do. Your smile can literally improve someone's day. If you just, even a stranger, you smile at a stranger, you're probably improving their day. They're going to smile back at you and it's going to immediately lift their mood. So smile as much as you can. And the next point is eye contact. Whenever you're talking to somebody, consciously be aware of your eye contact. You're going to want to look around. You're going to kind of be intimidated and you want to kind of look away or like look around the room. You're going to want to do it and it's going to be subconscious. So you have to actively think like, I need to look in this person's eyes. It's going to intimidate you, but you got to just fight through it. And a good tip for that is to look into like the in between their eyes. Don't look into their eyeballs. Look in the center of their nose right here, like right where they're right in the middle of their eyes. It helps a lot because it's not as intimidating. And you're not really looking them in the eyes, but it looks like you are. So just do that. I do that a lot, and it helps a lot. So do that. Whenever you're doing that, you're forming more of a connection with them. You make yourself seem more confident. You appear more confident, and it just lets them know that you're listening because you're watching them. If you're looking around, doing this, getting distracted by what's going on over there, or it might even just look that way. You might not even be distracted, but to them it looks that way. So avoid doing that. Try to make as much eye contact as possible, and make it natural. Don't just stare into their eyes like a fucking creep. Every now and then, kind of like look at your foot or look over here. Don't do it rarely. Don't just do it consistently and do it often. I remember whenever I was in high school, I had this terrible habit. I don't even know how it started, but I would do. I'd be talking to somebody, and mid conversation, while I'm talking, I would just look to the side like I'm looking for somebody or looking for something. I'd be like, yeah, and I just look off and just keep talking. It was so weird. And I remember I was just doing it subconsciously. I didn't have a reason for it. I'm sure it was out of insecurity. But I remember about 3 years after I graduated high school, I met one of my old friends at the gym, and I was talking to him, and I was keeping up my eye contact. I had been practicing it a lot at this point. And he mentioned it, and he was like, dude, you're so much more confident in yourself. I remember in high school, you used to, whenever we'd be talking, or he wouldn't even say it to him, he would notice when I was doing to other people. But I remember you'd be talking to people, and while you're talking, you would like look to the side like this. And I was like, yeah, I remember that, and it was really weird. It was funny that he recognized that, because I didn't think many people noticed it, but it was clearly something that stood out. So try to make really good eye contact. Another thing is to be present, actually listen to the other person, see what they're saying, and don't think about, what am I about to say next? What am I about to say next? Just actually listen to them, make the conversation flow based off of that. Don't like be weird and don't just like kind of, you know what I'm saying? Just be present, actually listen to them. And a good way you can practice this is by meditation, keeping your thoughts clear. But I'll make a whole separate video on that, but just be aware of what they're saying. Don't be stuck in your head and actually listen to them. Another thing is be jittery. Do not be jittery. So like you don't want to stand super still, like just like a Muppet, just stand here. And how I'm doing in this video, speaking with my hands, I try to do that a lot. It's weird at first, but you get used to it. But don't just stand there. But the main thing, it's better to just stand there than be super jittery. There's people who they'll be like shuffling their feet, kind of stepping around. They don't know what to do with their hands, so they're kind of moving them all around, like crossing them, putting them in their pockets, just doing all this crazy shit. Or even like they'll be like doing this with their eyes, like kind of doing like crazy shit. Don't be that person, because it makes like you're obviously nervous and anxious, and they can see that. But not only that, you're making them more anxious, because it's like, damn, what's this dude fucking about to do? Is he about to shoot this? Like, they're having thoughts about you, like it's freaking them out, and you're making them more anxious. And neither one of y'all are gonna be talking at y'all's highest capacity, because y'all are gonna be so nervous, so anxious. And it's stemming from you being all fucking jittery and freaking them out and freaking yourself out. So just be calm, breathe deep, do your thing, and just kind of, adjust every now and then, or find something that's comfortable and just chill. Don't be spazzing out. And then another thing you can do is, and this is like more of like a advanced type of thing, but if somebody's like talking and mid sentence they cut off what they were saying because like they were about to say something embarrassing or they think you might judge them, whatever it is, they cut off for a reason. They were going to say this, but they cut off. But what you should do, encourage them to finish it. Just say like, no, finish that thought. I want to know what you were about to say. I'm not going to judge you. I'm curious. So like, it makes them feel more comfortable with you. And then after you do that, you're building the connection. And they realize like, oh, he actually wants to hear me. And he's not judgmental. He wants to know what I'm going to say. And that'll build up a connection quick. Another thing, I said this in another video, but if you're meeting somebody new, introduce yourself as soon as possible. As soon as possible. The second you get the chance, oh, I've never met you before. My name's Devin, by the way. And then shake their hand. And if it's a man, firm handshake. Squeeze real tight. Show that you're confident in yourself. Don't just have like a little fish handshake and do some immediate respect going. Have a firm handshake. If it's a girl, what I usually do, I have my hand up like this so they can kind of do that and not shake it like that. But, every now and then you'll get a girl who will squeeze your hand tight. I don't like make it weird and kind of have like a grip contest, but, I'll have like a, somewhat firm handshake. But pretty much every girl, I have my hand out and they'll grab my fingertips like this and I'll shake their hand like that. But with a man, big deal. Firm handshake. Say your name, and again, do this as soon as possible, as soon as you can. And I promise it'll go a long way. Because what would happen, whenever you introduce yourself, you're forming a connection, and now you know each other. If you walk up to one of your friends and he's talking to this guy, instead of you and the stranger standing there awkwardly, you walk up, hey, what's up, Brian? And you go over here, hey, I've never met you before, I'm Devin. Now, instead of you having one-on-one with Brian and the stranger having one-on-one with Brian, now you're all three know each other. You're going to have a triple conversation. Instead of, halfway through the conversation, then you introduce yourself. Because then, it's delayed a little bit. It's better than never introducing yourself at all. But now that you all know each other, you know this guy, it's a lot more comfortable. This guy's going to like you now because you took the initiative to meet him. You wanted to meet him. And it's a much better dynamic. And do this in all situations. As soon as you can, introduce yourself. Because let's say there's a girl you want to talk to, and y'all are chilling somewhere, and 30 minutes goes by, and then you randomly like, oh yeah, I'm Devin. Then she's like, has he been, she's probably not thinking this, but it comes off, like she probably subconsciously knows it's like, he's been sitting here thinking how to introduce himself to me, instead of immediately, you're right here, you're like, I want to talk to her, hey, I'm Devin. That shows so much confidence. You immediately made it known you wanted to talk to her, you met her, and you just appear so socially aware, emotionally intelligent, and confident. And it just exudes confidence and respect, and there's gonna be no shot that she doesn't respect you. Same with men. Same thing with the man. If it's a man there, boom, same exact principle. But these are some quick tips you can do. I'm telling you, smile more. You're gonna be so magnetic. People will just love being around you. I had someone. I'm not gonna tell that story. I'll hint at it. I'll just say, 40-year-old woman. I'm telling you, it just comes from smiling. That's all I'm going to say. But, so yeah, these are just some quick social skills you can implement into your life. Just be consciously aware of them whenever you're out and about, wanting to meet somebody. Whatever it is, just be consciously aware. Think about what you need to do and make it happen. Do these things, and I promise it's going to help a lot. But yeah, if you're interested in this kind of content, please scroll down right now and click subscribe. I make videos about self-improvement, how I help myself, and how you can help yourself improve. And leave a comment if you're interested, and if any of these things helped you. I'm curious, and I like to read them. They actually motivate me a lot, so I'd really appreciate them. But yeah, go out and make shit happen. See you in the next one.